Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a truth that can change your life completely. It is time to become obsessed with your own growth. Not with what others are doing, not with comparison, not with envy, but with the magnificent, limitless expansion of your own soul, your own mind, your own life. Growth is not something that happens by chance. It is a conscious, deliberate act. It begins with your thoughts, for your thoughts are the seeds of your future. If you continually feed your mind with fear, doubt, and limitation, you will harvest the same. But if you plant thoughts of courage, faith, and abundance, you will reap a life beyond your imagination. Speak words of power over yourself. Say, I am growing, I am learning, I am becoming more than I have ever been. Let no negative voice convince you otherwise. Obsession, in this sacred sense, is not about stress or pressure. It is about unwavering focus. It is the commitment to your highest self, the refusal to settle for mediocrity, and the courage to step into new realms of possibility. When you make growth your obsession, you become a magnet for opportunities, for teachers, for circumstances that elevate you. The universe responds to your dedication with doors opening that you never even knew existed. Understand this: every challenge you encounter is not a blockade, but a stepping stone. Every failure is a message, guiding you to refine, to adjust, to expand. When you obsess over your growth, fear loses its power, worry dissolves, and in its place rises an unstoppable confidence, the confidence of a soul aligned with its highest destiny. So, I invite you today to declare, with absolute certainty, that your growth is non-negotiable. Feed your mind with inspiration, nourish your heart with faith, and train your body to act with courage. Let every day be a celebration of becoming more, doing more, and living more. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you make your own grow. Your sacred obsession, speak it, believe it, live it, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. Your thoughts are the invisible architects of your life. Every circumstance, every event, every experience you encounter is first formed in your mind. If you wish to see transformation in your outer world, you must begin with transformation in your inner world. Thoughts are not just eating ideas. They are living energies that shape your reality. When you understand this, you begin to realize that you hold the master key to every door in your life. Growth begins with the awareness that you are responsible for what you think, for the vibration of your mind creates the blueprint of your experiences. When you cultivate thoughts of courage, strength, and abundance, you are planting seeds that will blossom into your highest potential. The mind is a fertile soil, and it will produce whatever you water consistently. If you water it with fear, worry, and doubt, that is what will grow. But if you water it with faith, optimism, and determination, a magnificent life will begin to emerge, and nothing can stop it. Too many people allow their minds to be crowded with trivialities, with the news of the world, with complaints about the past, and with fears of the future. These thoughts are like weeds that choke the growth of the divine potential within. You must be vigilant, for the mind is a garden, and you are the gardener. You cannot allow seeds of limitation to take root if you wish to flourish. You must consciously choose thoughts that uplift, that inspire, that bring you closer to the version of yourself that you most desire. It is not enough to occasionally think positively or to hope for the best. Your thoughts must be deliberate, repeated, and consistent. Like a river carving through rock, repeated thought shapes the landscape of your life. The stronger and more focused your thought, the deeper and more permanent its effect. Every habit of thought becomes a habit of life. If you habitually focus on scarcity, you will live in scarcity. If you habitually focus on limitation, your life will be limited. But when you cultivate a habit of thinking in terms of expansion, abundance, and possibility, the universe responds in kind. The laws of life are impartial, responding to the vibrations you emit. There is no judgment, no favoritism, no error. The universe reflects exactly what you consistently hold in your consciousness. This is why it is said that you must guard your mind as a precious treasure. You must refuse to entertain thoughts that do not serve your highest good. Every thought you allow to linger in your mind becomes a building block of your destiny. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools for aligning your thoughts with your growth. When you see clearly in your mind's eye the person you wish to become, the life you wish to live, and the impact you wish to have, you are sending a signal to your subconscious and to the universe that this is your intention. Do not underestimate the power of seeing yourself already in possession of your goals. See yourself walking through doors of opportunity, speaking words of confidence, aiding love, and attracting abundance. See the joy, the peace, and the success of that life. As you hold that vision steadily in your mind, it begins to take shape in your reality. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real, and it moves to make your vision tangible. Affirmations are another powerful method for shaping your thoughts and therefore, your growth. Speak words of power over yourself daily. Say, I am growing stronger every day. I am attracting abundance in every area of my life. I am worthy of success and joy. Every challenge I face is a stepping stone to my highest good. Do not treat these words lightly. They are potent declarations that plant seeds of transformation in the fertile soil of your mind. Repetition strengthens them, conviction fuels them, and over time they become an unshakable reality. Your thoughts are not just ideas, they are commands that set forces into motion, shaping circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that align with the vibration you are emitting. It is also essential to understand that your thoughts shape not only your external circumstances, but your internal world. The thoughts you hold dictate your mood, your energy, and your perspective. If you dwell on anger, resentment, or jealousy, you are poisoning your inner world and inviting negativity into your life. But if you dwell on gratitude, joy, and hope, you are raising your frequency, aligning with forces that bring forth growth, success, and fulfillment. Every thought is a choice. You may not control the events that come to you, but you always control your thoughts. In that control lies the power to transform everything. When you realize that your growth depends on the quality of your thinking, you begin to guard your mind with devotion, refusing to allow it to be invaded by doubt, fear, or negativity. Education of the mind is crucial. The thoughts you allow are often influenced by the ideas you consume. Therefore, feed your mind with wisdom, inspiration, and truths that expand your consciousness. Read books that elevate, listen to words that inspire, and surround yourself with people who encourage your highest expression. Every influence you allow into your mind becomes part of your thinking pattern, and consequently part of your life. You are what you think, and you become what you dwell upon most. Choose carefully what you let in, for these thoughts will grow roots and bear fruit in your reality. There is also power in reflective thought, in examining the mind and choosing consciously what to hold and what to release. Pause each day to observe your thoughts. Notice which thoughts empower you and which thoughts drain you. Let go of self-limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. Release the need to judge or compare yourself to others. These thoughts are chains that prevent your expansion. Replace them with thoughts of freedom, creativity, and possibility. The more consistently you practice this inner discipline, the more effortless growth becomes, for the mind begins to naturally align with what serves your highest good. Your thoughts are the starting point of all achievement. Every goal begins as a thought. Every breakthrough begins with an idea. Every invention and discovery began with a mind daring to conceive the impossible. Growth, therefore, is not an external pursuit, it is an internal commitment. You must be vigilant in what you allow to dwell in your mind, for the inner world inevitably manifests as the outer world. As you cultivate thoughts of abundance, faith, and courage, your entire life begins to reflect these qualities. You begin to notice opportunities where none existed, solutions to problems that seemed unsolvable, and paths that were previously hidden. Your world expands as your mind expands, foe. The mind is the master architect of reality. When faced with obstacles, remember that they are not permanent barriers, but mirrors of your thought patterns. They reflect beliefs that need to be adjusted, fears that need to be released, and perspectives that need to be elevated. Approach each challenge as an opportunity to refine your thinking. Ask yourself, what thought would serve me better right now? What belief would empower me to grow beyond this circumstance? When you focus on shaping your mind rather than controlling the external, you gain mastery over every situation. Your thoughts become instruments of transformation, and your growth accelerates with divine precision. Your mind is a sacred vessel, and every thought you place within it carries creative energy. Do not underestimate the power of a single positive thought, for it has the ability to ripple outward and transform the course of your life. One moment of courage, one decision to focus on faith instead of fear, one choice to envision abundance instead of lack, can set in motion forces that change everything. The mind responds to your attention. Whatever you give your attention to grows, and growth is the natural outcome of focused, empowered, and consistent thought. It is also important to recognize the role of faith in shaping your thoughts. Faith is the bridge between your current reality and the life you desire. Faith allows your mind to conceive the impossible and hold it as a living reality. When you couple focused thought with unwavering faith, you become a magnet for circumstances and people that support your growth. Doubt and fear are natural obstacles, but they have no power unless you give them your attention. The mind, when trained in faith and clarity, will always lead you to opportunities that reflect the highest expression of your potential. To grow, therefore, is to cultivate mastery over your own mind. It is to choose thoughts that align with your highest ideals and to release those that no longer serve you. It is to speak words of power over yourself, to visualize your desired life with clarity, and to act in harmony with the truth of who you are becoming. Growth is not random, it is intentional. It is the reward of those who understand that their inner world shapes their outer world, and who are willing to take full responsibility for the thoughts they allow to flourish in their consciousness. Obsession, in its highest form, is the sacred devotion to your own growth and evolution. It is not a frantic anxiety or an uncontrolled craving, but a deliberate, unwavering focus on becoming the fullest expression of yourself. To be obsessed with your own growth is to set your mind, your heart, and your actions on a single purpose: to rise above limitation, to expand in wheeze. To claim the abundance and fulfillment that is your divine inheritance. This obsession is a force of nature within you, a fire that burns steadily, illuminating the path ahead, guiding you past distractions, past naysayers, past doubts and fears. When you make your growth your obsession, life itself begins to conspire on your behalf. Circumstances align, opportunities appear, and the right opal enter your life with uncanny precision. This is the power of sacred focus, and it is available to every soul willing to claim it. Many are content with small goals, with fleeting pleasures, with temporary achievements, but obsession is the magnet that pulls you into your highest destiny. It is the refusal to settle, the refusal to allow mediocrity to define your life. It is the constant asking of your own soul: how can I become more today? How can I expand my mind, elevate my heart, and step closer to the life I am meant to live? This questioning is not worry. It is deliberate attention, a sacred inquiry into the possibilities that lie just beyond your current perception. Obsession turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results because it aligns every thought, word, and action with the purpose of growth. The mind becomes a laser, piercing through distractions, dissolving obstacles, and creating clarity where confusion resided. To be obsessed with your own growth is to understand that every challenge is a teacher, every setback a message, and every moment an opportunity to refine your understanding of yourself. You no longer see obstacles as threats. You see them as invitations to rise, to expand, to test the limits of your courage and determination. When you face difficulty with this mindset, fear loses its grip, resistance disappears, and you step forward with confidence. You learn to distinguish between distraction and opportunity, between fear and guidance. Sacred focus allows you to move deliberately, to act with intention, to cultivate mastery over the circumstances of your life rather than being swept along by them. This obsession requires discipline of the mind, for the mind is the garden where your destiny is planted. Every thought that distracts, every fear that lingers, every habit that drains your energy must be recognized and released. You are called to observe your mind as a vigilant guardian, choosing only that which serves your highest good. The obsessive soul does not waste energy on gossip, on judgment, on petty concerns that do not nourish growth. Instead, it channels attention toward what elevates, what expands, what transforms. This is not rigid or joyless, it is a focused joy, a happiness rooted in the recognition of your infinite potential and the deliberate pursuit of its manifestation. Obsession manifests most powerfully through consistent action. Thoughts and intentions alone are not enough. They must be paired with action aligned with your highest purpose. Every small step, repeated daily, compounds into monumental progress. The obsessive mind does not allow procrastination or doubt to interfere with momentum. It understands that even the smallest forward movement, taken consistently, is far more powerful than sporadic bursts of effort. It embraces the discipline of repetition, knowing that mastery is the result of persistent application, and that growth occurs naturally when focus and action are united. To cultivate obsession is to cultivate patience as well, for growth is a process, not an instant event. The impatient mind may give up when results are not immediately visible, but the obsessed mind trusts the unseen, acts faithfully, and continues to push forward regardless of temporary appearances. There is a profound understanding that the universe responds to consistent energy, to steady attention, and to unwavering faith. Each action, each thought, each word spoken in alignment with your highest vision contributes to a momentum that cannot be stopped. It is like a river, slowly but powerfully carving a path through stone, unstoppable, inevitable, divinely guided. Sacred obsession also requires clarity of vision. You must know not only that you wish to grow, but exactly how you wish to grow. You must have a picture of the person you want to become, the life you want to live, and the impact you wish to have. Clarity transforms obsession from chaos into purposeful power. Without clarity, intensity may be wasted, energy dispersed, and the mind pulled in conflicting directions. When your vision is clear, every thought, every choice, and every action naturally aligns with your ultimate objective. The universe responds to clarity with precision, drawing to you the people, circumstances, and resources that resonate with the frequency of your obsession. Obsession does not ignore the world, it transforms how you relate to it. The obsessed individual moves through life with heightened awareness, recognizing opportunities that others overlook, sensing lessons that others miss. Responding to guidance that others dismiss. This awareness is born from the deep focus on personal growth, which sharpens perception, hones intuition, and cultivates wisdom. You begin to see the patterns of life, the invisible currents that guide events, and you learn to navigate them with grace and power. Sacred obsession allows you to become the master of your own life, rather than a passive participant. Every great achievement, every profound breakthrough, every towering success has been born of obsession. The inventors, the leaders, the artists, and the visionaries were not distracted by doubt, criticism, or fear. They were consumed by a sacred focus on their purpose. They devoted themselves fully to the pursuit of growth, and in doing so, they tapped into an infinite source of creativity, courage, and insight. This same source is available to you. It is within you, waiting to be claimed. To become obsessed with your growth is to claim your divine inheritance, to step fully into the life that has been prepared for you, and to live with intention, power, and joy. Obsession also refines character, for it demands honesty with oneself, commitment to truth, and courage to face weaknesses without judgment. As you focus on growth, you naturally release limiting beliefs, toxic habits, and fears that hold you back. You learn to value integrity, consistency, and perseverance. Your relationships, your work, your creativity, and your health all benefit, for your focus radiates outward, influencing every area of life. The obsessive mind becomes a force of transformation, not only for yourself but for all who encounter your energy. The sacred obsession with growth is not fueled by external validation, competition, or comparison. It is fueled by a deep recognition of your own potential and a commitment to honor it. You measure yourself against your highest self, not against others. You are motivated by the desire to become more than you were yesterday, to step into Hikei. Our levels of consciousness, skill, and impact. This internal compass directs every thought, word, and action and shields you from the distractions and judgments of the outside world. Your growth becomes your sacred project, and you pursue it with the reverence and dedication of a devotee attending to the highest calling. Obsession, therefore, is not a liability. It is a divine gift when properly directed. It harnesses the full power of your mind, heart, and spirit, channeling energy into deliberate, consistent, and meaningful expansion. It turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results and transforms challenges into opportunities. It reveals the unseen currents of life and teaches you to navigate them with wisdom, courage, and precision. To be obsessed with your own growth is to step few. Lie into your role as a co-creator of your reality, to claim your power, and to live a life that reflects the highest expression of your potential growth is the cornerstone of a life fully lived. It is the force that lifts you above limitation, transforms every challenge into opportunity, and turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. When you commit yourself to growth, every aspect of your existence begins to change. Your thoughts, your relationships, your circumstances, and your inner world all align with the higher vibration of expansion. Growth is not something that happens by accident. It is a deliberate, continuous process, and it requires awareness, commitment, and courage. Each moment that you choose to learn, to evolve, and to stretch beyond what is comfortable is a moment that propels you toward your highest potential. It is through growth that your life becomes a living testament to the power of focused intention and conscious action. When you embrace growth as the central purpose of your life, fear begins to lose its grip. You start to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to expand your understanding, your skill, and your capacity for joy. The obstacles hat once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones, each one teaching a lesson, refining your character, and preparing you for greater achievements. Growth requires courage, because it asks you to step beyond the familiar, to take risks, and to venture into the unknown. Yet every step taken in faith strengthens your confidence, sharpens your intuition, and deepens your understanding of your true potential. As growth becomes a central focus, your perception of life changes. You begin to see possibilities where others see limitation, abundance where others see lack, and lessons where others see failure. Your mind opens to new ideas, your heart expands with compassion, and your spirit gains resilience. You no longer feel constrained by circumstances because you understand that your inner development shapes your outer reality. Each thought, each word, and each action is aligned with your purpose, and you become a living example of the law of cause and effect. The more you grow within, the more your life reflects that growth externally. The process of growth requires honesty and self-reflection. It asks that you examine your thoughts, beliefs, and habits with clarity and courage. Why? You must identify what serves your expansion and what hinders it, letting go of patterns, fears, and attachments that limit your potential. This is not always comfortable because growth often demands that you confront aspects of yourself that you have ignored or denied. Yet in this confrontation lies freedom. As you release the old and embrace the new, you create space for greater understanding, higher purpose, and more meaningful experiences. The act of growth transforms you from within, and the transformation radiates outward, influencing every area of your life. Growth also brings the gift of perspective. When you are committed to evolving, you begin to see life as a series of interconnected experiences, each one contributing to your development. Mistakes are no longer a source of shame, but valuable lessons. Setbacks are no longer permanent failures, but temporary pauses that encourage reflection, adaptation, and perseverance. Relationships, too, are transformed as you grow, for you attract people who resonate with your higher vibration and release those who no longer align with your purpose. The energy you cultivate through personal growth becomes magnetic, drawing to you opportunities, allies, and experiences that support your journey. To grow is to embrace change, for growth and change are inseparable. Life will constantly present new circumstances, challenges, and opportunities, and your response to them determines the extent of your expansion. By committing to growth, you develop the flexibility, resilience, and insight to navigate these changes with grace. Learn to see endings not as loss, but as beginnings, and to recognize transitions as invitations to step into higher states of awareness and capability. This perspective transforms every experience into a valuable teacher, and every encounter into a chance to refine your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Growth requires persistence and consistency. It is not a one-time effort or a fleeting moment of inspiration, but a steady, ongoing practice. Each day offers countless opportunities to grow, whether through learning, reflecting, or applying new insights. Small, consistent actions accumulate into profound transformation over time. The disciplined practice of growth ensures that your life is not subject to chance or circumstance, but guided by intention and aligned with you, our highest purpose. You become the architect of your destiny, using growth as both the blueprint and the building material. As you grow, your inner resources expand. Confidence deepens, wisdom increases, and your capacity for joy, love, and creativity multiplies. You begin to operate from a place of strength and alignment, rather than reaction and limitation. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming are met with clarity and composure. Decisions that once felt uncertain are approached with confidence and insight. Growth empowers you to act with authority over your own life, to create a reality that reflects your deepest desires and highest ideals. The more you develop within, the more capable you become of shaping the external world in alignment with your vision. Growth is also the pathway to fulfillment. Many seek happiness outside themselves, in possessions, status, or approval. Yet true fulfillment arises from inner expansion, from the development of character, intellect, and spirit. As you grow, you cultivate qualities such as patience, courage, compassion, and gratitude. These qualities enhance every aspect of your life, from personal relationships to professional achievements. You begin to understand that life's greatest rewards are not measured in wealth or accolades, but in the depth of your awareness, the richness of your experiences, and the impact you have on others. Growth becomes a source of meaning, purpose, and joy that no external circumstance can diminish. The transformative power of growth extends beyond your own life. As you expand, you naturally elevate those around you. Your energy, insight, and example inspire others to pursue their own development. You create a ripple effect of expansion, touching lives, influencing communities, and contributing to a higher collective consciousness. The commitment to personal growth becomes a gift, not only to yourself but to the world, because the more fully you embody your potential, the greater your ability to serve, uplift, and impact others. Growth, therefore, is both a personal and a universal force, connecting your evolution with the greater unfolding of life. To embrace growth fully is to embrace responsibility. It is to recognize that you are the primary agent in shaping your life, and that your choices, thoughts, and actions determine your trajectory. You cannot rely on external circumstances to dictate your expansion, nor can you blame others for your limitations. Growth demands accountability, for it is through conscious effort and deliberate action that transformation occurs. Each decision you make, each thought you cultivate, and each action you take either contributes to our development or hinders it. By choosing growth consistently, you align yourself with the forces of abundance, opportunity, and fulfillment. Growth requires faith in your own potential. You must believe that you are capable of evolving beyond current limitations, that you can achieve more, and that life is abundant in possibilities. Faith fuels persistence, sustains effort, and opens your mind to creative solutions and innovative approaches. It allows you to trust the unseen, to act with confidence even when outcomes are uncertain, and to recognize that every step toward growth is supported by forces beyond your immediate perception. With faith, your expansion is not hindered by doubt or fear, but propelled by the certainty of your inherent ability to evolve. Growth transforms not only what you do, but who you are. As you develop, you naturally cultivate a higher standard for your life, elevating your expectations, your habits, and your relationships. You begin to see yourself not as a fixed entity, but as a dynamic, evolving being capable of infinite potential. This shift in identity changes the way you engage with the world, the opportunities you pursue, and the energy you bring to every situation. The more you grow internally, the more powerfully your life reflects your growth externally, creating a reality that mirrors the expansive person you are becoming. Growth is the bridge between who you are today and the life you are capable of living. It transforms fear into courage, limitation into possibility, and stagnation into momentum. Each moment invested in learning, self-reflection, and action adds to a cumulative expansion that touches every area of your life. The process may require patience, discipline, and courage, but the rewards are immeasurable. As you dedicate yourself to growth, you find that life begins to flow with greater ease, clarity, and abundance, and you step into a reality that reflects your highest potential in every way.